Welcome to GOA365 English News Bulletin. I am Brian Sequeira and these are the headlines. The US women's football team retained top spot in the FIFA Women's World Ranking. Record 187 nations now included in the rankings. Stray cattle continue to haunt Bicholkas as the government seems to lack willingness and capability to solve the menace. After several failed high-tech projects, government launches new solar-powered ferry service worth over rupees 3 crores. Now for the news in detail. The stray cattle menace has been plaguing the state for years now. It's hard to know whether the government is incapable or unwilling to find a solution. The menace has now begun affecting medical centers, especially at Bicholi. Here's our special report.
Stray cattle on the street is something all Goans are familiar with. Even though many people have been injured and killed by stray cattle, no one seems to realize the seriousness of the problem. Even the orders of the Supreme Court are not implemented by the municipalities, panchayats and the government regarding the issue. Watch.
आम्ही पळयतात की रस्त्यांचेर गोरवां जे स्ट्रे कॅटल्स आसा गोरवां कुत्रे ते खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणात वाडलेले आसा त्या खातीर लोकांक खूबशे त्रास जाता ॲक्सिडेंटूय जाता खूप जाणांचे जीव त्या ॲक्सिडेंटान गेल्ले आसा त्या खातीर जे गव्हर्मेंटान रुल्स जे घातलेले आसा स्ट्रे कॅटल्स म्हणजे आपले जनावरां आसा ती रस्त्यार सोडपाक जायना तेचें पालन कोण करता अशें आमकां दिसना जे गोठे आसा तेंच्यांनी थंयसरूच तांकां गोरवांक बांदून दवरपाक जाय आनी जे आपली गोरवां ती रस्त्यार सोडपाक जायना आमकां आतां पळोवन आमी पळयलां की रस्त्यारूच ती बसल्या हायवेचेर तशेंच बारीक रस्त्यांचेरूय बसलेली आसतात आनी लोकांक तेजो त्रास जाता त्या खातीर जे गोरवां पाळपी आहा तेंच्यांनी आपली गोरवां रस्त्यार सोडपाक जायना आनी ह्या खातीर गव्हर्मेंटान स्ट्रीक अशी पावलां उबारपाक जाय आनी जे कोण आपली गोरवां रस्त्यार सोडटा तांकां फायन दर कितें मारून तेंचेर कारवाय करपाक जाय.
Mahesh Govekar for GOA365 from Bicholi.
Pothole-riddled roads in the state are a common sight for locals and tourists alike. However, the authorities do not seem to have got a measure of this despite efforts. Now, PWD Minister Nilesh Kabral wants an app to identify potholes in the state. This has raised questions in many quarters as to why department engineers are paid huge salaries if they cannot see what is going on in this small state.
Potholes in the state have become a perennial cause of accidents in the state. While police crack down on commuters for road safety, the PWD has been failing to do its part to ensure road safety. This pothole at Ponda has become a major cause for concern after several accidents have occurred here. However, when activists attempted to seek repairs, the National Highway Authority and the PWD only ended up blaming each other. Activist Vijay Sapre has since lodged a complaint with the police.
बेतोडा टू आमिगोस रोड वता बायपास हायवे तर तुम्ही पळयतले हांगा हो खड्डो पडला येदो व्हडलो ह्या खड्ड्यान हे खड्डो पळय हांगा केदो व्हडलो पडला तो आनी हांगा एक एक्सिडेंट जाला एक बायल मनीस पडून फुटली आनी एक कोण तरी दादलो पडला तेजी बाय गवते पावल्या आनी ताका मागीर तो हॉस्पिटलान पायला तुम्ही पळयतले फुडल्यान ती एक बायक आसा ताका हॉस्पिटलान पायला आनी म्हजी मागणी आसा पीडब्ल्यूडी मिनिस्टरा कडेन तुमी एपार पळय धाडा म्हणटा खड्डे ते खड्डे केन्ना तरी तुमी पळयतले ते म्हाका जाय आशिल्ले आज हांगा पडून पडून लोक फुट्टा हॉस्पिटलांनी पावता हाजे कोण जबाबदार धरपाचो तुमकां लोक हांगा मरपा पावल्या आनी तुमकां एपां सुचता आय एम सरप्रायज बाब निलेश काब्राल तुजे एई जेई एई टीए हे कितें करता कारण कित्याक तुमी ते अपॉयंट केला इतले कित्याक लाखांनी पगार दिता ह्या लोकांक तुमी म्हाका कांय कळना गव्हर्मेंटाचे तुमी ऑफिसांनी जे कामाक दवरले ते कित्याक दवरल्या तुमकां एपां जाय आनी हांगा लोक पडून पडून मरपाक लागले हॉस्पिटल पावपाक गेले तरी म्हाका रिक्वेस्ट आसा निलेश काब्राल मात तरी सुबुद्दी तुका दिवची देवान आनी तुमच्या इंजिनियराक एक फोन करचो आनी सांगचे की फोंडेचे आसा तितले रस्ते पुरोवचे आनी लोकांक जीव वाचोवचे.
Krishna Naik for GOA365 from Ponda.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The High Court has given permission to build a Kabristan at Sonsoro for the Muslim brothers in the Margaon area. Local Muslims have expressed happiness on this decision. Here are the details.
The issue of this Qabristan has been on hold for several years. The Muslim community in Margaon had made several requests for one to be set up in Soster. They had even made a request to set it up in Khariband. Conflicts and movements surrounded the long-standing issue. Syed Manzoor Qadri, a social activist in the Muslim community, spent many years struggling to ensure that people of all faiths had access to crematoriums, cemeteries and qabristans. His efforts have finally succeeded. Listen to what Riyaz Sheikh and Mahesh Amonkar have to say.
सगळ्यां पयलीं हांव आमचे सरकाराचे BJP सरकाराचे हांव मनांतल्यान हांव स्वागत आनी धन्यवाद म्हणटा आनी आमचे CM प्रमोद सावंत आनी दुसरे आमगेले दिगंबर कामत आनी तिसरे म्हणटा आमगेले सदानंद तानावडे आनी बाबू आसावंकर हेंगेले हांव स्वागत कित्याक करता जे दीस आमी हांगासर बसले तेन्ना सगळे येयले आमचे कडेन आनी आमकां सांगपाक लागले आमी CM कडेन या CM कडेन गेले आज आमी ते CM कडेन गेल्ले म्हणून CM आमकां आश्वासन दिल्लें की आमी हांव तो झोन चेंज करतलो म्हणून आनी त्या प्रमाणे सारकें ताणें झोन चेंज करून आनी आमकां सांगलेलें ताणें तुमकां कब्रस्तान मेळटलोच आनी हे वर्सा भितर मेळटलो आनी ते प्रमाणे ताणें उतरां पाडून आमगेले CMन आमकां आज कोर्टांत कित्याक जे पर्यंत सरकार लँड सरकाराचो जे पर्यंत सरकार तांकां हें दिना ते पर्यंत कोर्ट आमकां हें दिवपाक शकना सरकाराले हांव सगळ्यांत पयलीं धन्यवाद करता आनी आमचो आगा आनी सय्यद मंजूर काझी हेंचो बी हांव मनांतल्यान धन्यवाद करता आनी सगळ्यांक तुमकां देव बरें म्हणटा आज सावथ गोंया भितर जे आमकां कब्रस्तान मेळ्ळा तेका लागून मनांतल्यान खूब खोशी आहा.
आनी आमचो मनोहर भाई आशिल्लो तेन्ना 1.80 CR कितें तरी हें केल्लो टेंडर बीन हें केल्लो सगळो जालो फ्लोट केल्लो आनी आमचो जो आमदार आसा आतां जो आमचो BJPचो आमदार जावन आसा दिगंबर कामत ताणें तो एक्वायर केल्लो जागो आनी ताजेर तातूंत खूब हें आशिल्लें पूण थोडे जे आशिल्ले लोक त्या संसदाचेर तांची बुद्धी आनी कितें प्रश्न आनी कितें करपाक सोदताले आनी तोय हाडून खारेपणान हें करपाक सोदताले जेन्ना संसदाचेर ते सगळें जाल्लें आसतना हांगा करप योग्य न्ही म्हण त्या खातीर हांवें तेन्ना निर्णय घेतलो जानेवारीन कितें 2021 हांव वचून हंगर स्ट्रायकाक वतलो की थंय जावपाकूच जाय म्हणून हातून म्हाका मुस्लीम बांधवाचो जो आमचे हिंदू सुद्दां लोक सगळे आयले क्रिश्चन सुद्दां सगळ्यांनी म्हाका सपोर्ट दिलो कित्याक एका जाग्यार तो खंय पळय एक्वायर जाला आनी जो टेंडर फ्लोट जालो थंयच जावनी म्हणलें कित्याक खारेपणान ते फिजिबल नाशिल्ले आनी मुस्लीम बांधवा कडेन सदां प्रॉब्लम जातालो आनी त्या प्रमाणे जेन्ना काल हायकोर्टान निर्णय दिलो आनी तांचो जो कादरी म्हणून जो आशिल्लो आमचो मुस्लीम बांधवाचो ताणें ती हें घातिल्ली केस घातिल्ली आनी सगळे आमचे मुस्लीम भाव आशिल्ले हांव तांचो उपकारी आसा आनी हायकोर्टान निर्णय दिला तांचो एडवोकेट आगा आसा ताणें डिक्लेअर केलें काल की कोर्टान ऑर्डर दिल्या की ते संसदाचेरच जावपाक जाय 29 तारखेर काम स्टार्ट जावपाक जाय 6 म्हयन्याचेर कामार जावपाक जाय म्हणून हांव ह्या निर्णयाचें स्वागत करता.
Sandeep Twankar for GOA365 from Margaon.
A hybrid ferry service worth ₹3.94 crore connecting Panjim and Shorao was launched today. The ferry will become the first of its kind to operate on solar power, electricity and diesel in the state. Interesting note, however, is that the ferry will be capable of only transporting people and not vehicles.
While the initiative may be well received by locals who will now have a shorter trip between Panjim and Shorao, several such projects launched to make travel easier all met a quick end. Notable among these projects were a hop-on hop-off bus service launched in 2016 that ran for a while but ran into losses and was terminated almost immediately. Just 1 year before the hop-on hop-off buses, Goa saw hot air balloons and an amphibian vehicle, a bus capable of running both on land and water, inaugurated, both of which were never actually used post-inauguration. And most recently, a heli service launched in May this year, promising better connectivity and accessibility for both travellers and locals alike. However, nothing much came of this multi-crore project either, and locals are yet to see the service come to use. Following the failure of these projects, all purported to improve connectivity, it remains to be seen whether the passenger-only hybrid ferry service will meet with a similar fate.
सगळ्यात पयली हांव तुमचे सगळ्यांचे खूप खूप स्वागत करता आणि पयलीच आमी सेकंड तशी पळोवंक वचत जाल्यार फ्लोटिंग जेटी इट इज एन सेकंड टायम आमी दुसरो प्रोजेक्ट आमी इनॉग्रेट करता. हाज्या पयलीं एक प्रोजेक्ट आमी फ्लोटिंग जेटीचो इनॉग्रेट केल्लो विच इज एन खूप बरें दिसता की अशा पद्दतीचे फ्लोटिंग जेटीज आमी इनॉग्रेट करता आसतना आणि सोलार फेरी दिस इज एन फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट इज अप्रॉक्सिमेटली 3.97 crores
पयलो प्रोजेक्ट ट्रायल बेसिसचेर आमी ऑलरेडी कॅप्टन ऑफ पोर्ट एंड रिवर नॅव्हिगेशन हाच्या वतीन आमी इनॉग्रेट करता. दोनूय प्रोजेक्टाच्या वतीन डिटेल्स आमच्या दोनूय कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरांनी तुमकां एक्सप्लेन केला. हाज्या फुडें अशाच पद्दतीच्यो सोलार बोटी गोंय सरकार वेगवेगळ्या जाग्यार आमच्यो फेरीबोट सेवा चलता तशेंच सोलार बोटी घालपाचो सरकाराचो प्रयत्न आसतलो, जेणे करून आमी पळयता की इट इज फॉर द फोसील फ्युएल न यूज करता सोलार बेसिसाचेर अशा पद्दतीच्यो फेरीबोट वापरचो हो सरकाराचो प्रयत्न आसा. हांव खूब खूब धन्यवाद म्हणटा गव्हर्मेंट ऑफ इंडिया ज्यांच्यानी फ्लोटींग जेटीज आमकां अवेलेबल करून दिल्यो त्या बद्दल. अशाच पद्दतीच्यो वेगवेगळ्या जाग्याचेर ज्यो फ्लोटींग जेटीज आमकां गरज आसा थंयसरी अशा पद्दतीच्यो जेटी ह्यो कॅप्टन ऑफ पोर्ट गोंय सरकारच्या वतीनूय बी घेतल्यो वयतल्यो. त्या खातीर आज जावपी बाकीच्याय कार्यक्रमा खातीर म्हणजे श्री मिनिस्टर सोनोवालजींचे उरलेले कार्यक्रम आसा ताच्या खातीर हांव ताचें खूब खूब स्वागत करता.
Vincent Rosario for GOA365 from Banjam.
With the increasing number of allopathic treatments based on medical science around the world, the union government has stepped up the promotion of Ayurveda. Now Goa is drawing up plans to become a prime Ayurveda and wellness tourism hub, the Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant said. As part of this, the government is set to host the Ayurveda Expo in the state. Here's more on this.
Curtain Raiser is the 9th World Ayurveda Congress and Health Expo set to be held in the state between December 8th and 11th. It was inaugurated by Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant. The Chief Minister along with the Health Minister announced that 41 Ayurvedic wellness centers will be opened at various locations by November. The Ayush Hospital meanwhile will be inaugurated on 8th of December.
आता वर्ल्ड आयुर्वेद काँग्रेस जी गोंयांत नवी ऑर्गनायज करता ती सक्सेसफुल करपाचें काम दुसऱ्या तिसऱ्या कोणाचेच नासून आमच्या सगळ्यांचें आसा. ती आमी नेटार सगळ्यांक म्हणजे पुराय आयुर्वेद जगाचेर पावलात ताजी पाळामुळां आनीकूय घट्ट करपा खातीर गोंयकार आयुर्वेदीक दोतोर काम करतले हाजी म्हाका खास तोखणाय आसा. आणि निश्चितरित्या आमी परत एकदा म्हणजे वर्ल्ड आयुर्वेदिक काँग्रेस हांगासर ऑर्गनायज करपाची जबाबदारी आमच्या खांद्याचेर घेवया. इतकेंच सांगता आनी बरें आयोजन आमी सगळे जाण करतले. आयुष दीप वेलनेस सेंटर जवळपास 41 जाग्याचेर वेलनेस सेंटर गोंयांत आमी म्हाका दिसता फुडल्याच म्हयन्यात सुरवात करता. 41 वेलनेस सेंटर आमी सुरवात करता. ईच एंड एवरी पीएचसी ताच्या बरोबर सब सेंटर्स आमी वेलनेस सेंटरान कव्हर करता. जवळपास CHO म्हणजे कम्युनिटी हेल्थ ऑफिसर्स म्हणून आमी आयुर्वेदिक आणि होमिओपॅथिक डॉक्टर्सांक अपॉइंट ह्या हेल्थ अँड वेलनेस सेंटरांनी करता. ताच्याच बरोबर योगा प्रॅक्टिशनर्स आमी ताच्या बरोबर लोकांक योगा थेरपी कशी दिवची हाच्या खातीर योगा थेरपिस्टूय आमी अपॉइंट करता. नॉर्थ गोयचे योगा हॉस्पिटलाचो आमी रिव्ह्यू घेतला. फुडल्या म्हणजे म्हजें म्हणणें आसा की वर्ल्ड आयुर्वेद काँग्रेस जाल्या उपरांत आमचे नॉर्थ गोवा हॉस्पिटल्स जे बेळग्यात जातात ते एक्सपर्टायट जातले. साऊथ गोवाचे आयुर्वेद हॉस्पिटल जे मडगांवात जातात ते एक्सपर्टायट जातले. आणि खास करून आमी जे पळयता ज्या आयुष हॉस्पिटलाची आमी वाट पळयता इतके दीस ताचे उक्तावणूय बी कदाचित ते 8 तारखेकूच जावपाक शकता एज प्रॉमिस बाय आवर आयुष मिनिस्टर. हे खासा करून म्हाका सांगपाचें आसा. आणि ऍड करून हांव फुडली आनी एक गजाल ताका ऍड करता मुद्दामून जे आमी इतके दीस CCRSच्या अंतर्गत आयुर्वेदा होमिओपॅथी सिद्ध आणि युनानी ह्यो चारूय ओपीडीज ज्यो भाऊच्या तकलेंतल्यान भाऊ सुरू करपाच्यो ठरयल्ल्यो भाऊ आयुष मिनिस्टर आसतना खूप दीस तो विशय रिंगळात पडिल्लो. ताचे इनॉग्रेशन आमी ह्या वर्ल्ड आयुर्वेद काँग्रेसच्या कदाचित पयलीं जावपाक शकता. रायबनच्या हॉस्पिटलात पयलेच फावटी आमकां आयुर्वेद युनानी सिद्ध आणि होमिओपॅथी हाजी चारूय ओपीडी आनी CCRS आमी त्यो ओपीडी ज्यो आसा सुरू करपाच्यो आसा.
Our Chief Minister, I am proud to say, is also comes from the field of Ayurveda and also has vast knowledge and gives us also pride that under his leadership today we are here present for the curtain raiser, and I am sure the passion with which he will guide us to see that this event, which is going to be held in Goa between the 8th and 11th December, and the true sense to take these verticals together under his guidance and with your guidance from time to time. I am sure we in the state of Goa, we are a small state, but I think in several fields we have made a lot of progress, especially in the areas of healthcare with the support of the Honorable Chief Minister. And what your vision is, which you just mentioned, of taking these verticals and creating this integrated system, I can assure you, sir, that next time you come, I mean in the next couple of months and in this whole tenure ahead of us, we will work in that direction to see that people, not only we create that type of awareness that is required, but also in the full sense to see that we are able to implement this as a
Vincent Rosario for GOA365 from Panjim.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The renovation contract for Kala Academy has become a controversial topic in the state, as not only the opposition but members of the ruling party itself are alleging foul. Goa forward sole MLA Vijay Sardesai and BJP spokesperson Xavier Rodriguez have both hit out at the government, demanding answers from the government. Here's more.
Vijay Sardesai, Goa forward sole MLA, hit out of the BJP yet again over the alleged scam in the renovation of Kala Academy. The opposition during the last assembly session charged that the contract for the work was awarded without any legal tender process, to which Art and Culture Minister Govind Gowde replied that work for Taj Mahal wasn't tendered either, which sparked outrage. Goa Forward has also approached the courts over the matter.
आज तुम्ही पळयले आसतले ओ गोविंद गावडे जाका शहाजहान म्हणून सगळे वळखतात ह्या शहाजहानाच्या फाटल्यान आमी इतले लागल्या की आज शहाजहान एक्सपोज केला शहाजहानाक काबरालांच ताणें म्हणिल्लें की PWD मंत्र्यान आपल्याक म्हळ्यार PWD डिपार्टमेंटान तें केलां आपल्यान न्ही म्हणून आज मंत्र्यान क्लॅरिफिकेशन दिल्लें हा की आपल्यान कांय करूंक ना ताजो अर्थ कितें जे कितें आमी सुरवात केल्लें की आमीच सुरवात केल्लें आनी खंयच्याच पक्षान सुरवात करूं ना कला अकादमीचें म्हळ्यार गोंयचे ताज महालाचें स्कॅम आनी शहाजहानाचो तातूंत रोल ताजे विरुद्ध कोर्टानूय आमी गेल्ले आहा कोर्टान आमी आनी फुडल्यो वस्तू एक्सपोज करपाच्यो आहा हें सोपूंक ना हें सस्टेन्ड मॅनरान जोडचें पडटा.
BJP spokesperson Xavier Rodriguez too made the news after openly questioning his own party MLA over the issue. Xavier said that Govind Gowde blames the PWD for awarding the contract based on nomination, while the PWD refuses to accept the accusation. He appealed to the Chief Minister to investigate the matter in hopes to avoid similar cases which could promote corruption in the state.
I believe that the Chief Minister, Dr. Sawant, will initiate an investigation. Because if he fails to initiate an investigation, the questions of the people will continue that maybe there has been corruption in the renovation work allotment to a private agency. And I don't think Dr. Pramod Sawant is a corrupt Chief Minister.
हेजेर इन्वेस्टिगेशन करपा स्पेशल टीम काडची पडटली हे तूं मागता स्पेशल
Directorate of Vigilance report clearly states that there has to be a technical committee instituted because the technical committee is currently defunct. The new technical committee must be instituted in order to understand the various levels of corruption that have permeated in allotting this work to a private agency without a tender. What I have requested the Chief Minister for is an investigation on the lines of what the Directorate of Vigilance has asked. म्हाका सिर्फ गोंयच्या लोकांक सांगपा जाय की जेन्ना करप्शन जाता तेन्ना आमकां उबो रावपा जाय आमकां फायट करपा जाय जे नो टेंडरिंग प्रोसेस इज द स्टार्ट ऑफ करप्शन. There are rules that have been stipulated to stop corruption. I am not alleging that any of the ministers corrupt, but why subvert the rules?
Sandeep Tuekar and Ramesh Naik Raut for GOA365 from Fathodda and Salset.
Now for some sports news. The US women's football team retains its top spot in the FIFA Women's World Ranking. A record 187 nations are now officially included in the rankings. The rankings will determine the draws for the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2023. Here's more.
There have been changes aplenty in the latest FIFA Coca-Cola Women's World Ranking, which will be used to determine the draw for the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023. The three teams at the top in the August 2022 ranking remain consistent, with one slight change in the order. Though the USA remains out front, Sweden has jumped into second place at the expense of Germany. Newly qualified for the Intercontinental Playoffs for Australia and New Zealand 2023, Portugal was the highest climber in the top 50 with a rise of 4 places. Bureau Report, GOA365.
Now for the weather. The Met Department has extended the yellow alert warning until the 15th of October. Goa is set to get thunderstorms as wet weather continues well past the monsoons officially end in Goa.
Sun and rain continues to be the highlight of October. A shallow fog will roll in Friday morning as a result of this mixed weather. Those travelling early in the morning will have the most trouble with reduced visibility. Sometime toward the afternoon, cloud cover may clear up for a brief while, allowing for the sun to warm things up. Temperatures should touch 32 degrees Celsius. Thunderstorms are expected in the evening at isolated places, and the warning of cloud-to-ground lightning is still in place. So in case it is raining in your locality, stay indoors as far as possible. Lows of 24 degrees Celsius are forecast. There are no warnings issued for boat owners. Thunderstorm warning extended until 15th. Cloud-to-ground lightning likely. Maximum and minimum temperatures on Friday, 32 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius respectively. No warnings issued for boat owners. Bureau Report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
With that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log into our website www.goa365.tv. Take care, stay safe and keep watching GOA365.